Is it working?
No, it's good.
Okay. Why the fuck did you bring this guy?
How would I know? Everybody, welcome to the second episode of the VoV podcast, Voices of Vic. I'm here with another stud again this week, Evan Teti, ladies and gentlemen. U of T, close to professional drummer. He's working his way up the ranks, and honestly, just a very, very wise guy for his age. So, Evan, good to have you, man.
Thank you for having me on. That was very flattering.
No, 100%.
I was not expecting that.
I think that you, of a lot of people, deserve to be flattered.
Wow.
Yes.
It's getting this is escalating quickly.
We're getting very emotional, very sensitive, very early.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a lot of sensitive, emotional things today, I think. First topic that I'd like to cover. I had to switch. I had my Vic, my Margaret Addison Hall hoodie that I swapped out, and that you missed on.
Yeah.
Why'd you miss on the free merch? Why'd you miss on the $5 merch?
So I didn't know that it was a thing. Was it an email?
They send an email.
I missed the email. I pretty much every email that isn't like directly from like one of my professors or like related to, I don't read it. I'm gonna be honest.
I get a bunch of useless emails. Megan Whitehead. Krishna knows Megan Whitehead. She's sending us job applications every single day. I don't read a lot of them, but
really,
yeah. If for anyone who doesn't know, our college is selling $5 hoodies, and you might be thinking to yourself, "What a great college! That's a great deal."
Yeah.
But that's just infused by whatever budget surplus they got going on. Some poor international student paid for the whole building's hoodies with their $50,000 tuition. So thanks to whoever did that. But
yeah, they're a real one.
Yeah, a real one. Whatever international student funded those. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. I mean, I didn't get a hoodie, but still, it's the thought that counts.
Teddy didn't get a hoodie, but I appreciate you buying me one.
Yeah,
means a lot. Yeah. So music. Teddy's a drummer.
That I am.
Tell us about that. What got you into music?
It's a good question. I started playing piano when I was like 3 because my grandmother is a piano teacher. And she was like, "You're going to play piano." And I was like, "Okay," cuz I was 3.
Fair.
And it was extremely boring. So like after a couple years, I was like, I can't do this no more. I quit. And then that was like around when I was like 4 or 5. And then I don't remember. One day I was just like, for my birthday, I was like, I want to play the drums. And my parents got me some sticks and some lessons. And then I just didn't stop going. And now I'm here.
4 or 5, you're making decisions.
Big decisions.
On musical. 3 years old, you start playing piano?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a picture of me like really small. And I'm like waiting for my piano lesson, standing between like the door peeking in. Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
That's intense.
I mean, it's in my grandmother's house. It wasn't like some like conservatory thing.
Yeah.
I never did any of that. I would have hated that. So.
Anyone in your family a musician?
My sister did music throughout like high school. But I don't think she kind of just does it like as a hobby on the side. But other than that, neither my mom or dad are very musically inclined. They just like to listen to it. So
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's the opposite for me. My dad's a drummer.
Right. Yeah.
I did mention that before. Yeah. And I wouldn't know where to start if I picked up a pair of sticks. So I respect the skill, honestly. I respect the skill that you guys have. But have you ever considered any other instruments? Like you're doing drums now, but if you could start up something else, would you?
Yeah. I mean, I play a bit of guitar and bass and piano, but I'm not nearly as proficient in those. I kind of wish I didn't quit piano. I mean, like, it would have just been, if I'd started and kept going from that age, and I play the drums, that would have been pretty cool. But I mean, there's nothing I can really do about that now except for keep practicing. But I mean, I always liked guitar as well. I thought it was a pretty cool instrument, especially because I don't play any notes, so I can't like do anything melodic or harmonic on my instrument. So I'm kind of missing out on a whole like chunk of like sound. So whenever I go for like my piano tests, and I have to play something, it's always pretty cool because like I play something, I'm like, this. It's kind of cool that I'm able to play that. You know.
I've heard you rip on the piano a few times. Like,
oh yeah.
Nothing. I know you said you wish you didn't stop, but you still like you're better than the average person. Like who you're not just out there touching keys.
I mean, it's that's kind of how it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Drums is very, like you said, you're missing out on the melodic part. It's not a very soft instrument.
It can be, but not often.
Do you think what would get you a better chance at impressing the ladies? Is it piano, or would you go switch over to guitar?
Dude, I don't really know a thing about what the ladies want these days, if I'm being honest. But I think it's probably guitar is like the tried and true, like, way to go.
That's fair.
Like if you pull up to the party and there's a guitar there and you pick it up and you just start playing like Wonderwall, like that's
it's
gotta
over.
it's over. Yeah,
It's over.
yeah,
You win the night.
yeah, exactly. That's all you need to do. So I would probably say guitar, but because there's always that one kid at the party who knows how to play piano, and who pulls up and starts playing their like classical etude, and it's like okay, but like if the guy pulls up and starts like ripping on the guitar, it's not as common, but I think the ladies would probably be into it. So,
How's your voice?
like my singing voice?
Can you sing?
I don't think so. I've never really like I've had to sing for stuff before, but I've never really like done it seriously or like tested it. I guess because I'm kind of scared to. Because I don't want it. I don't want it. Like I'm probably not that great of a singer, but I don't want to find out.
That's
so
fair.
I can always say like, well, I might be a good singer. Who knows?
That's a good point. That's
We'll
a good
see.
point. That's exactly why I don't play. Why I don't play basketball, because I mean, Christian practices basketball on the regular, but I know if I started up, it would be. I just outshine him so hard.
Yeah, no, you don't want to embarrass him that much,
That's the
especially
thing.
yeah when they've put in so much like hours and you just like show up one day.
If Evan Teti pulled on the scene for singing, there's singers out here who've been practicing for years.
Yeah, I couldn't do that to them.
You just wipe them out.
Yeah, it'd be a massacre.
Your sister, maybe I'm completely misunderstanding this. Your sister, did she study philosophy?
Yeah, she's at Queen's. She's in her 4th year right now.
4th year
Yep.
Queen's philosophy. Does she teach you anything about what she's learning?
She talks about it sometimes at the dinner table.
Yeah.
She doesn't go into like a bunch of depth, but it seems like some interesting stuff. I've always thought that like philosophy courses are like the most interesting like university classes you can take. I just think that they're really interesting stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just something about learning about like concepts like that is really, I think it's kind of cool. But I don't know if I'll have any time in my schedule to like try some of them. But I'd think about it for sure, just for the fun of it.
I'm gonna give you let's do a mini philosophy course right now.
I'm ready.
I got some high school philosophy questions. This is just off the top of my head
Okay.
that I can remember.
Yeah.
I want to hear your opinion on them.
You're gonna do the trolley problem, aren't you?
No.
No.
No,
okay.
I'm not.
Okay. I'm ready.
That's boring as hell. That
Yeah.
I don't even.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's start with that.
Oh.
Trolley problem. 5 people on a track. Okay.
Yeah.
Train's coming in. If you don't do anything, it runs over. Is that how it works? It runs over 5 people. Yeah.
I don't think the order matters.
I think it does. Because if it was gonna just run over,
It does. It does matter. It does matter.
If it was on the track to run over one person,
Then you're free of yeah.
and then
okay.
you wanted to
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
it to 5, then that makes you like an insane person.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the train's on the track.
Yeah.
Moving forward, it's going to run over 5 people.
Mm.
You can switch the lever to twist it and run over one person.
Yeah.
Are you switching the lever?
Krishna, why are you shaking your head? This guy wants to kill someone. Yeah, I feel like the way to go is probably to pull the lever for the one person. But that's probably the morally correct answer, I would say.
Nothing resting on your self-conscious.
Oh, absolutely. You're still like doing an action that's going to kill somebody.
That's a good
But
point.
like technically if you let it be, then you're like, "Oh, I was just a bystander." Like what was I going to do?
Equal responsibility, actually.
Yeah.
That's fair. Shout out to producer Krishna, by the way. He does not condone murder. Just to clear that up.
Yeah, no,
For the
I
cameras?
didn't. Yeah. I didn't mean to make him out like that. I'm sorry, Krishna.
My take on the trolley problem. I'm surprised you didn't say this. For any of the girls out there who went to Teddy's old high school or elementary school back in Oakville, he's been hitting the gym lately. I'm surprised he didn't say he would jump on the track, lift the train in the sky like Superman, and toss it over whatever bridge. I'm surprised he didn't say that. That's personally what I would do.
Yeah, I don't like to show off too much. I consider myself a pretty humble guy, so
That's good answer.
you can't over show yourself, you know? If you show everybody your power all at once, then like that's all you got. You got to be a little mysterious.
Got to be underestimated
Yeah.
at times. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good question. Okay, so next question. This is the one I was thinking of. You brought up the
Okay.
trolley problem. That was a good one. 2 + 2 = 4. Would you agree?
Yeah. Is this the gym meme where it's like 45 + 45 equals what?
No.
I still don't understand what that is.
45 + 45 = 135 because the bar is 45.
Yeah.
That's right, Krishna, right? The bar is 40. Okay,
Yeah,
just making
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's not the question. The
Okay.
question is,
2 + 2, does it equal 4?
if everybody in the world simultaneously agrees that 2 + 2 now equals 5, does 2 + 2 = 5?
No.
Why not?
Because if you have two physical objects, and two more physical objects, you put them together, you got 4 of them.
But what if you redefined what 5 and 4 meant?
If 5 is the word we use to represent 4 things as we understand them now, then sure, it equals 5. But that doesn't change the fact that there are a certain amount of things that you still have there. Unless you want to make the argument that like everything, all of our senses are lying to us, and everything we see is like, fourth dimension shit. Like, okay, sure, but like, yeah. I mean, you can call 4 5 and 5 4, but like that doesn't change the fact that there are still a certain amount of things there.
That's true. But okay, well, math in general is it's not a real thing when you think about it. It's man-made. Human beings invented math. So if they just changed, if 2 + 2, I guess it is a language problem.
Yeah,
it really is.
I think it's just how you define it, not the fact not the physical objects don't change because of math. Really, it's just like how we categorize them, in a way. I think.
Very good. Very good. All right. Third question. These are, once again, just coming off the top of my head. I didn't pre-plan any of this. Where, I don't know how I'm going to word this properly. What came first? Was it infinite nothingness in terms of the universe, or was it a spiritual force? What do you see?
I'm not really a spiritual guy. I think there's a good chance that the universe is just an infinite loop of like dying and then coming back. Like all the stars burn out and then everything like goes dark and then there's another big bang and then everything comes back. Like I feel like that's I feel like that could happen. But I'm not really a huge spiritual kind of guy, so I don't really.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
How did the first star get there?
Well, keep in mind I'm a music major, right? So this is like
We're pounding the music major with
this
the deepest questions possible.
yeah. My terminology might not be great, but like, I think the Big Bang theory is pretty plausible. So like gas, condensed gas, star.
You'd have to think. I mean, I'm not science either. I'm an economics major. I don't know anything about this. You'd have to think. I don't know what the Big Bang Theory says, honestly, like exactly by detail.
Yeah.
But there had to be some sort of element there in the first place for the gas to even exist. Do you know anything about this? Am I getting this wrong? About the Big Bang?
Yeah.
You know what the Big Bang is? I know everyone knows what the Big Bang is, but I don't know. It's a good question. Because I used to think similar to you, how there's just there's nothing physical to spirituality, so that's the reason that I didn't really feel like it would make sense to think that.
Yeah.
But the deeper you go, when you say, oh, there was a galaxy that did this, blah, 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 and you can literally just keep asking the question, but how did it get there? How did the galaxy get there? How did this get there? How did that? And then like something had to start.
Yeah. I think that where I stand on is that there's always stuff we don't know. So like there's a good chance that we just haven't figured out like some really like batshit crazy thing that would make that possible, or we can't comprehend it. Like, not that that's a certainty, but like that it's possible. So that's kind of where I'm at with that sort of thing. But because like there's a lot of wacky shit with like black holes and like time stuff that is just like quantum teleportation. Do you know about that?
I don't know about quantum teleportation. Tell me about it.
We figured out how to like teleport just one singular particle. We can do that.
Say what?
We can teleport a particle by like, okay, it's really like weird how to explain it. So I'm not going to do it right. You should probably search it up later. But like you can essentially like copy the information of a single particle, and then it will like appear in a different location. Like you can make it like disappear and reappear. So we can teleport a single particle right now.
That's pretty insane. I'm Googling it right now. I didn't know this was a real thing.
Yeah.
Where does that get us though? Like one particle?
I think we did it to the moon or something like that.
Wait, what the what?
I could have sworn I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson say like the moon. That might not be right though.
That's funny.
But we can do it like a distance, like a noticeable like human like distance, I think. Like it's not just like very, very small. So we're getting there.
Nice.
Yeah. Science can do some weird shit.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Does space interest you at all?
Oh yeah, definitely. If I was like good at like science and like math, if I had to go into like a science or something, I'd go into, I don't know, is like astrophysics, that's like a science, right?
Yeah.
I'd go into something like that, or just like space related. Space is so cool. Like if I could go to space, if someone like offered me like a chance just to like go, I would like no hesitation take that chance. Like it's so fucking cool.
It's yeah, man. I don't know, because you could ask that question to a lot of people and they'll say, I mean, I feel like a lot of young people say no.
Yeah, I think people are the same with like the ocean too.
Yeah.
They don't want to know what's under there, but I just like, maybe it's part of it because like a lot of people haven't been, so just like to have the chance to experience that in your lifetime is just such a monumental, like, how could you pass that up? But yeah,
that's fair. Anyone who has the argument of space versus ocean, if anyone chooses the ocean, I don't know who's choosing ocean.
I don't know. I don't get it either.
Whoever's choosing ocean out there, you gotta, I don't know what's wrong with your brain. You gotta go get something checked because it's both of them are scary. Okay, both of them are scary. Fair. But this ocean is just gonna be black and water. Yeah. Okay, space is black, but at least it's planets. You're gonna see your own planet. Yeah, there's like from a distance.
Yeah, and there's like
the sun.
Yeah, stars and all that. You know,
cool space.
You can float, but like without drowning.
No, you're right.
You don't need to be in a big like. Well, I guess you kind of do.
You kind of do float. You kind of are in a big suit in both.
The view is better. The view has to be better.
The view is definitely better. Aliens, real or not?
Statistically, probably.
And are they on Earth?
Probably not. I think we would know by now.
I don't think they're on Earth.
I don't think they're on Earth. It's like, unless it's like a microorganism that we haven't discovered already, but that wouldn't be an alien. That'd just be another life form on Earth.
Yes.
Like, it would have had to come to Earth. We probably would have seen that coming.
Like Venom.
Yeah. Like, didn't Venom come in like a big like meteor?
Yeah.
We would probably know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think we have the technology to like find that out.
I think we have the social media and the Instagram stories. People
Yeah.
would be posting about that.
Yeah, there's no way that would stay quiet forever.
I think I took that from Neil deGrasse Tyson. They were talking about it. Him and Joe Rogan were talking about it. How anyone with the conspiracy that there are aliens roaming on Earth, there's too much ability for people to post everything for that to even be possible.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I believe in aliens. I personally do. It just doesn't make sense that we were talking about galaxies growing infinitely with the start of existence, but
yeah,
it just has to be something out there.
Yeah, even if it's just like a little like cell somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that happening 100%.
I think it can be more than a cell.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you believe, I don't know what movie this was, but there's a movie that pretty much talks about planets where there are clones of ourselves. Like there's another Evan Teddy.
Yeah,
on another planet.
I've heard a couple versions of that, like the whole like multiverse thing, skinwalkers, which is not really related to that, but also like the fact that mathematically there's like so many different like planets that like there has to be another version of you, sort of thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be pretty freaky.
That's a little far stretch for me.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that'd be true, but like I don't think the universe is big enough for that to happen.
That's fair. That's fair.
But that'd be pretty scary.
2 university students, very well educated on the sizes of universes.
Very big.
So let's circle back here. Let's circle back to music. A lot of art science students or Rotman students or just any other students, pretty similar course structure, I would say. I feel like music is different.
Yeah.
We always talk shit to you about what do you mean
Lots
you gotta
of things.
what do you mean you gotta study? You can just play the drums.
Yeah.
So what is the course load? What is the work that comes with being a music student at U of T?
Yeah. It's surprisingly like a lot. Well, I mean, it's not surprising to me, but I think it'd be surprising to Krishna. Because he's very vocal about me not doing any work, apparently. So we have theory courses, ear training courses, private lessons, ensembles, at least 2, improv classes, piano skills, unless you're a piano player. And keep in mind, this is just for like jazz students. The classical students have some different things. And we have like a music like history / like anthropology class. So within those, there are like assignments, weekly quizzes and tests, essays, playing. It's a lot of stuff. Like today I had an assignment where I had to transcribe a solo, which basically means I listen to it and then I write down what I hear. Like imagine like I wanted to play something in a recording.
You gotta write the notes that you hear?
Yeah.
What the
yeah.
Is that even possible?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's fine. There's programs on the computer that like you can do it instead of handwriting it, but like that's essentially how people learned how to play songs.
That's
they would
insane.
transcribe it. Yeah, so it was like a 2-minute solo, and then I had to play it on the drums, and it was a piano solo. So instead of like playing the notes, I would like I interpreted it. So that was like one of the things I had to do, and that was today. And imagine that, but like 4 more of those, plus like weekly quizzes and other stuff. And that's like some of the things. We also have like ensembles where we like play songs and then perform them like at the Rex, which is like a local jazz club. And that goes on like every week. We rehearse. Then if someone's like sick, you have to ask someone to sub in for you. So like I'll sub in for people's like ensembles and stuff. and then you got to practice. It's just like working out, really. Like very similar. Like practicing requires a lot of well, like dedication, but also like consistency and like keeping yourself very focused on like practicing well, because you can just like show up and like play whatever and then be like, I practiced, and you only played the stuff you know how to play, and then you didn't get any better. So it takes a lot of like being very regimented with your practice, and like some people will practice for like 2 hours a day, 5 hours a day, you know. So it is I would say it's a lot of work, but it's a different type of work.
So for drums, this just popped in my head. If you had to allocate a percentage, how much for a skilled drummer, how much of it is cerebral? How much of it is like genuine IQ? It takes intelligence to play, and how much of it is almost like a physical ability?
It's a lot of muscle memory. Like it doesn't really take a lot of IQ to play the drum. Like it's not like most instruments are not like super like intellectual things. It's you practice the ability like you're building a muscle, and then the more you do it and the more you practice, the better you get. You know, if it depends on the instrument, but anybody can learn an instrument. There's a reason why there's like 3-year-olds that can play violin better than like someone who's like 50. And like it has a lot to do with your brain, but it's a lot of muscle memory. Like it doesn't, like if you're really good at math, like really good, doesn't mean you're gonna be good at playing the piano.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense. No, that does make sense. When we were setting up here, we were setting up the pod equipment. Evan was recommending, or sorry, he wasn't recommending, sorry. He was instructing kind of Krishna, or telling them advice on how to do the shit, because you have the photography experience and you know about this probably better than both me and Krishna do.
I don't know about that, but
we saw this professional, I want to try to pull it up.
Professional
photography by Evan Teti, ladies and gentlemen.
Professional.
Not a lot of people know this. We didn't find this out till late. That in, what year was it?
It was like 2017 or 18.
20.
Whenever I was 14.
Okay, 14-year-old Evan Teti took a picture of an award-winning, was it a butterfly?
It was like a dragonfly, I think.
Dragonfly.
Yeah.
What was the competition called?
The Roberta Bondar Challenge, I believe.
Roberta.
Yeah.
I want to find it here, sorry.
It might be tough to find. I got a picture of it if you want.
You do?
I did, yeah, I saved the photo on my
should
phone.
Pull it up.
Just because.
And so how did you get into that, and when are you going to help me with taking some sick pictures? Because you took this when you were 14. I have these 2 cameras that I got. I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I always liked, like, for a person who's into music, which is very like audio, I really like I'm more of like a visual guy. So I really like film and like photography, and so I just like had a phase where I wanted to like make vlogs and stuff. I never did, but like I just like pictures. So I just, when I was at a summer camp, I took like the photography program, and that's when I took that. And then that's kind of like, my interest has always been there. I feel like if I didn't do music, film would definitely be, or photography would be something I'd want to do, at least creatively. Just because it's like, I don't know. I just like how images are able to like capture stuff.
I did go through a phase last year. I was like one of these Instagram girls who are just like capture everything. I don't know why. I was big into taking pictures on my phone for some reason. Yeah. But there's something about photography that's, I'm going to sound super corny here. This is ridiculous. I don't know why I'm going on this rant.
No, go for it.
Pausing moments in time.
Yeah.
That's literally what cameras are, what pictures are.
Yeah.
You're taking reality. This is almost philosophical in a way. You're taking the world that we live in. Everyone has different perceptions. There's 5 different versions of reality in this room right now. 4. I
Yeah.
can't count. 4, sorry.
Your invisible friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Just kidding.
But yeah, when you take a picture, that is effectively freezing time.
Yeah. And that's what's cool about film cameras is it's a genuine, it's not even like digital, like it's a genuine chemical reaction that you're putting on like a thing.
It's dope.
So that's why I like films.
That's
Film
dope.
camera. Yeah.
We are both from Ontario, Canada.
That we are.
I'm from a smaller town. I'm from Orangeville.
Yeah.
You are from an Oakville yourself, Oakville.
Yes.
Very different places.
Yes.
I've had many conversations about the city of Oakville.
I love talking about it.
It's yeah, you do. What could you tell us about your beloved city that you grew up in?
Where to start? I'll try and keep it brief.
Okay.
Oakville is a town. It's about an hour and a bit away from downtown Toronto, a little bit outside the GTA. Very big town. And it's known for a lot of things.
This is a very unique
Um,
town, guys.
it's
So you got to listen to this.
It's not okay. I don't know how to say it without like sounding like I don't know something. It's where old rich people go to retire and have kids, and it's a very affluent area, and it's beautiful there. Probably one of the safest places to grow up in the whole world. I'm very fortunate in that regard. But some of the people there are insufferable. Many people there can be like that. You get a certain archetype of people and parent, and like, you know, the mom with the yoga pants and the puffy jacket with the blonde dyed hair that drives the black G-Wagon with her like golden doodle or whatever. Like, you see a lot of those.
Shout out to Oakville.
Shout out to Oakville. Yeah. So it's weird complaining about Oakville because it really is complaining about one of the best places to grow up in the world, in the sense that like safety, and just like nice area. Like it's quite a pretty town. You're like really close to the lake. You can see Toronto from it.
I will say that it is beautiful.
Yeah. But the stuff you complain about is like, man, I hate the people here, or like, yeah, that's pretty much the biggest one.
That's the biggest one.
That's the biggest one. So and it's a bit of a boring place to grow up in. It's very sheltered, very much its own little bubble.
Catered to the elders.
The elders, people in their 50s, you know, maybe late 40s, depending on how, you know, successful they are. It's not all like that because Oakville's very big, but definitely like the central, like downtown area, and probably everywhere that's a little bit around that is like that area. So yeah, that's like Oakville in a nutshell, I would say. I feel like, would you agree with that, Kat? Yeah, it's somewhat accurate. Yeah. So, yeah.
Good description. The only reason I bring it up, I have a personal beef with Oakville, by
Yeah.
the way. My brother, Troy, shout out Troy.
Shout out Troy.
Shout out Troy. He was in the Ontario, is it major? I think. OMHA finals for hockey. And it was Orangeville and Oakville in the finals. This was last year. This was when the feud between Orangeville and Oakville was pretty hot between me and Kat. And we had some stakes on who was going to come out on top of that game. Unfortunately, Oakville bested our town.
Yeah.
And they proved to be the better hockey team, unfortunately. The funniest thing about that, only reason I bring it up, is that we got a player on our team. He's a good guy. He's a funny guy. His name's Spencer, my brother's friend. And he's one of these guys who how do I say it? A shift disturber. When he gets a shift on hockey, when he gets a shift on the ice, he goes and he disturbs the people. So shift disturber, okay?
Like when he's on the ice,
when he's on the ice.
Yeah.
When he's on the ice, he likes to mess with the players. So shout out Spencer, by the way. And he would aggravate the other team so much that they literally, when they won, they posted all their celebration posts tagged the location his last names. So let's say let's say his last name was Johnson. They tagged Johnson's mom's house in all of their posts, all their celebration posts. It was really funny. It turned into a bit of an issue, but Oakville, you can't get enough of Oakville.
No, yeah, that sounds like something some Oakville kids would do.
It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we have some passionate sports people. I'm sure that's the same everywhere, but like definitely hockey. Our high school rugby team was pretty intense. We were known for our rugby team.
That's good.
So definitely big sports people.
Are you a big high school guy? When I say that, like, did you
enjoy high school?
Did you enjoy high school? Is high school your thing?
No.
No.
I mean, like looking back on it, there's some stuff that is like it just feels like essential to my life. So like it's not like I would skip it because then I wouldn't be like who I am now.
Right.
But like I was pretty fucking miserable most of high school.
Yeah.
Like some of my happiest times were when it was COVID and I wasn't in the building.
Yeah.
So I think that says a lot about how I, felt about it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. And you didn't bus, right? You lived close enough.
No, I was close enough to walk. Yeah.
Okay. I'd say that because my high school, an hour and a half bus ride there and back. Oof. It was quite the journey, if I had to say so myself. But I don't know. I didn't. I don't know if anyone's gonna be listening to this who's in elementary school, heading into high school. What's high school like? If there's any kids listening to this, first of all, shout out to the kids.
Yeah,
shout out to the kids. But if you're in grade 8 or younger than grade 8, and you're nervous about high school, it's not. I don't know, man. It feels just like an extension of elementary. It's like elementary school with puberty.
Yeah,
basically.
It's like everybody thinks they're a little more mature in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But it is like the social dynamics are pretty much the same, except you can kind of just like not do anything because you can like leave at lunch.
Yeah.
And so you're not as forced into like being with everybody all the time. But it's not too dissimilar, I would say.
I feel like it's I don't know. In terms, there's a lot more. I mean, I don't know these elementary schools. They might have drama, but this high school feels like there's more social BS that you need to like dodge your way around. Just in terms of like, I don't know. I didn't have to deal with this much in my school, but I know that a lot of high schools like people talking behind each other's backs and all this stuff, fake friendships.
Yeah.
Just try to avoid that.
Yeah, I think in like middle school, like everything, all the drama happens in school. And then once you're outside of school, it's pretty much everything stops. In high school, it's like a 24/7 the drama happens probably more outside of school than it does in school.
Yeah. Because
people start like going to parties and stuff. So,
that's fair.
Yeah. They're announcing The Purge.
Is that what they're doing?
I think so.
Krishna, what are they saying, producer?
45.
Closing at 45. That's a bit of an odd
time to
announce, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll close this off with one final topic. It's a topic that I'm sure we both enjoy discussing. Girls.
Here
we go. Girls. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not just saying this. We were talking about this the other day. I think that you can get whoever that you're looking for if you actually cared enough to try. I feel like you're just like I don't want to be bothered.
Carter, are you implying that I don't care? I'm gonna take it real personally. I'm gonna hate you forever.
I'm not saying you don't care. I'm saying that. What else? What were we talking about before? About your singing, like you're singing.
Right.
If you were to actually go and use your game in the way that I feel like you could, it would be over for some of these dudes.
I don't know. I mean, I say it all the time. I just don't know if I'm that kind of guy to use my game. Like I don't think I have the confidence to be like, yeah, I can use my game. Like I feel like I'm making people uncomfortable when I use my game.
It's coming though. It's coming. The gym, dude. You're gonna be.
The gym,
You're gonna
yeah.
become a physical animal here. No, I'm dead serious.
Academic weapon.
On the protein, it's sick. Okay.
It does taste very good.
It does. It actually does taste very
Yeah.
good. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
But, dude, once you get there, once you got the shoulders buffing out, the T's just sticking to your body stretched out so much because you're gonna be like Henry.
Henry's got it.
Shout out Henry, by the way.
Henry's a real one.
Yeah.
He knows what's up.
So
he's got a good physique.
there's and I'm gonna say this. I'm not just saying this. A lot of guys are missing the emotional, knowledge or intelligence. That's the term they use. Emotional intelligence that I think some girls are looking for. I feel like you have that, and once you get the rest of it, once you become like out here benching 225, it's over.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest challenge when talking to girls? Like what's the thing that you think that I don't know if it's the hardest or if it's the thing you think is most important. What is that in your opinion?
I don't know. I think it's tough because like I don't really know what goes on in other guys' heads, and I don't really know what the average dude is like. But I mean, it depends on the person. Like I think everybody could use with a little bit more empathy. I feel like that's a pretty good like broad take to have, just to work on putting yourself in other people's shoes, and being a little less like self-obsessed. Not that everybody is, but like I think we're in our own heads a lot. I think the more we like think about other people, maybe that's my issue, is that I do that too much, and then I end up like mapping out every single possibility of like how I could make someone uncomfortable, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna not say anything, or not go up to this person. But I think the opposite side of that is doing that too much and making people uncomfortable by like just trying to spit your riz every single possible like time you can.
Yeah.
So I think that could definitely be one of them, but I don't know. I think it's different for every guy.
I could definitely use more empathy. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not trying to sound like that. I'm trying to flex the fact that I'm not empathetic. I think one of the biggest quotes that's kind of misguided me, and it kind of goes against empathy, is treat others the way you want to be treated. I am very harsh with myself,
Yeah.
which would make me a person who's harsh
On other people.
on others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which isn't always the best thing.
Yeah. I think what I always say is like a lot of these things come down to like your values, like as a person. Like if what you want in like your life and what you want to see in other people is like, I want everybody to be like tough. I want everyone to be like this and this because it's, it's better for them. It makes them more resilient. They're more confident, all that. Then that's the kind of behavior you're going to want to seek out and maybe even change in other people. So I think if you know that about yourself, like what you value, then it becomes a lot easier to kind of make those kinds of like emotional like decisions. But yeah, it's tough because everybody has their own way of looking at things. So yeah.
Do you think girls want sensitive guys?
I don't know.
I'm not saying oversensitive.
Yeah.
I'm saying like that ability.
I'm not sure. Honestly, it's a weird. I think it's a weird thing where, like, you'd think that would be like the optimal route to go, is like if you're thinking about like the perfect person. But I don't think a lot of girls go for those kinds of guys. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think that really, like, I don't think a lot of like super sensitive guys are either very confident or like have a very like good like first impression sort of thing. Like I think once you get to know them, or if you're like already in a relationship with them, you can appreciate those aspects. But I think like initially, like what draws people in is a little bit more like not that. That's my guess.
No, that's a good take.
Yeah.
That is a good take. All right. I think that we can just about wrap up. Thank you for coming on. Do you have any final thoughts for us, for the people here?
No, not really.
Nothing? You got to send them home with something.
What am I supposed to say?
They've been listening to your insane intelligence for 18 years old here.
This
and
is
then
just
you're
one.
gonna,
This is one big advertisement for me, isn't
bro,
it?
you're just going to say, like, peace out, guys. No, that's selfish.
This is such like a hype up.
This is not a hype up.
It feels like it.
The whole reason that I've started this podcast is to speak with genuinely impressive people at U of T / Victoria College, mainly Victoria College.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't, I interact with people a lot. I do. I not to say that I am out here trying to make friends with everybody. I feel like I have a good sense in judging people's intent. You know, there are a lot of good people out there, a lot of people who I'd rather not associate with. And honestly, I remember the first day that that we met. It's getting kind of romantic. Evan, the first day I met you, my eyes,
Oh my God.
glittered. I saw the sparkle. I saw there was potential in you.
My heart.
Anyway, no, okay, this is getting weird. No, but you're saying this is a hype video. I'm just saying that you are someone who I think actually has a lot of good coming for them in the future.
Thank you.
And I'm trying to broadcast that to as many people as possible who, like you said, we started this podcast by saying you could be very underestimated. Obviously, we're joking about the singing. I bet his singing voice is ass, just for anybody else listening.
Me too, yeah.
But
Safe bet.
But not. Final thoughts. What do you want people to know that maybe people don't think about that often that you do?
Drink water. And it's got to be something cooler than drink water. I don't drink water. Be nice to people.
I like that one. You're going to be the next male Ellen DeGeneres.
I hope not.
And then get leaked for being an asshole.
That would be a poor turn of events. Yeah.
I do not wish that upon you.
Me neither.
Great way to end it.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
That was fun. That was good. This is a fun thing to do.
It is a fun thing to do.